Hey guys, my name is Ryan Central and welcome back to another Anthem video. Before we highlight everything that we know so far about the Interceptor, let's go over all of the gameplay clips that we have available to us. Oh, this is going to be tough. Whilst we do expect to see more Interceptor gameplay before launch, I thought we'd go over all of the available information to do with the Interceptor Javelin. But Lord knows there isn't much. Even on the official EA website, it basically says come back another day. We haven't got anything to say to you yet. So that's everything we know about the Interceptor. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Before I go any further, another real quick shout out to the community Discord. Lots of people joined from the last shout out, so if you are interested in Anthem and learning more about the game and discussing it, do join there, find people to play with when the game eventually comes out. We also now have a shitposting channel, which is amazing dank memes as you're seeing, so if you want to take part, come join us, links in description. So whilst there isn't a lot of information around the Javelin itself, it does allow people to speculate on what role it will fulfill on a team. Most people, judging off what Magdara, John Warner and Michael Gamble have said about the Interceptor, people have worked out that it seems to be a stealth rogue assassin archetype of some kind, but we'll go over why that's actually all true, and this was confirmed a very long time ago. So whilst there isn't a lot of information around the Javelin itself, it does allow people to speculate on what role it will fulfill on a team. Most people, judging off what Magdara, John Warner and Michael Gamble have said about the Interceptor, people have worked out that it seems to be a stealth rogue assassin archetype of some kind, but we'll go over why that's actually all true, and this was confirmed a very long time ago, before I guess people were making Anthem content, so we'll go over that shortly. But in regards to its abilities and its ultimate, we don't really know an awful lot just yet. We do know the role and how it plays on the team, or how it should be playing. Looking at the gameplay cinematic, the little bits of gameplay that we've seen, we can see that a Interceptor is very light on its feet, very quick, very nimble, but it is worth adding that all Javelins fly at the same speed. It would make sense for an Interceptor to be able to run laps around the Colossus, but in the name of balanced gameplay and to avoid frustration, all Javelins fly at the same speed. But I do feel like the Interceptor is going to be able to just move around quicker, be able to transition between running and flying fairly easily, and it would be better compared to, I guess, Tracer in Overwatch is a firm example, Genji, I guess too, to be fair, but stuff like Scout in TF2 as well. Speaking of the Scout, it's worth adding that the Interceptors can use shotguns, or candies, which I think means the same, which is great to know that that could be a build in any future PvP, because I absolutely love it in Destiny when going up against people are very quick and nimble, they just run up to you and shotgun you. Luckily there's no PvP for Anthem at launch, so I can rest a little bit easy on that. But it does feel like that's going to be the archetype of the class, it's going to be really quick and nimble. But one interesting thing, and I do mean really interesting, is the fact they might be able to use melee weapons. Now there's no melee builds in the game at all, but going off of this picture, which we've highlighted before, talking about the support potential of the Storm, we can see that the Interceptor is packing a nice little dagger, sword, ice pick, whatever it is, but he's holding a melee weapon that he's going in hard on, ready to tear somebody a new one. But then listen to this.
Are there swords?
We're not talking about the Interceptor and Storm at the moment.
So in this case, it don't really say that it's just the Interceptor, it could be the Storm that's able to use swords, and that could very well be the case. But we can see the Interceptor holding weapons, so that makes sense, right? Not to mention, on the Meet the Interceptor Javelin post, it does say with powerful blades and a full suit of devastating abilities, the Interceptor is both incredibly self-reliant and an excellent supporting squad mate, with powerful blades. But then if we go over the Twitter responses, which by the way is old news, people know about this stuff, it's still worth adding that this all points towards the Interceptor being at least a melee cloak class. Will there be cloaking? We will reveal more about the Interceptor and Storm later. Is the Interceptor a speed javelin? Stealth? We aren't going to talk about the Interceptor details until later. As I said, that's old news, but then we get onto something that Magdara said on the 10th of June, which I've not seen anybody cover at all. Chance tweeted Magdara asking if the Ranger's archetype is balanced as single combat, Colossus is tanking / crowd control, Storm is high damage, low defense. What is the function of the Interceptor? Magdara says more details later. think rogue. Now, rogues aren't inherently known for their speed, maybe being agile and nimble, sure, but they're mostly known for stealth, and considering that Interceptor and stealth have been included in the same sentence far too often, I would say that this is enough confirmation to say that the Interceptor is going to be the rogue class in this game. It's going to have stealth, it's going to have weapons, it's going to have certain abilities that allow it to get in behind the enemy and go, heh, nothing personal, kid. Another thing that John Warner said that was really interesting in August, this was more on the subject of the Colossus, but they're saying that the shield isn't a form of gear slot, it's a damage mitigating ability. The Ranger has a dash, the Storm has the teleport, Colossus has the shield, obviously, but there's nothing on the Interceptor, so it might just be that the Interceptor's damage mitigating ability is a form of stealth that allows him to go in behind the backline of the enemy hordes, get around turrets and such, to be able to surprise them, get some kills in there. That's how I would imagine the Interceptor would work based off what we've seen. But as I said, there's not an awful lot really to go over. I don't want to sit there and pretend, oh yeah, these could be the abilities. I wanted to make sure that when I was going to make this video that I had a good amount of stuff to go over that would heavily suggest that the Interceptor is going to play this way. I hope we get to see more on the Storm and Interceptor soon. I feel like it's been such a long time since E3, but with the game ramping up, any form of media is going to be appreciated. And also from what John Warner said in an interview that we went over at the start of this week, it's likely on the horizon. So in a really good spot, I did want to go over the Interceptor. We haven't covered it so far on the channel, so this was essentially me kind of scratching that itch. But yet, based off all of this stuff, it does look like the Interceptor is going to be a stealthy, rogue, assassin-y kind of character, and I do want to know what you guys think of it in the comments below. Are you going to play this? Are you not? Has that put you off? Has that turned you on? I'm not going to judge you, but just let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you soon. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and until next time, look after yourselves. Take care.